Hi everyone, I'm back with another video, and today I'm just going to share some gift bags and some wrapping that I did for a swap that I'm doing with Becky. And you can find Becky at Beck Witty on YouTube, and I'll put the link down below. And we were going to do a not so secret Santa swap, but our plan was to do it after Christmas rather than before, just because you know, you get busy and stuff. But because we were both kind of tied up in January, it ended up being February before we could do the swap. And so rather than dig out my Christmas wrap and things like that, I just thought I would use what I had on hand and kind of did more of a Valentine's theme for a lot of them. And so the first bag that I decorated, I used one of these paper bags from that I bought off of Roxy Fur on YouTube. And I used this stamp from the stamp set called Friendship from Inkadinkadoo, and I used the stamp here. And I stamped it with black archival ink, and then I put some Martha Stewart glitter on it. And then I used my Stampin' Up! Tab punch and punched out a piece of paper with it's kind of a teal shiny paper, and then added some teal colored tulle to the top and just cut the top of the bag with my scallop scissors. And this one I just used kind of a damask tissue tape and added some pink tulle and a cluster of I Am Roses flowers and a little pearl spray. So you really don't have to do much to decorate a package, and I mean, to me, half the thing with getting something as a presentation, and the first swaps and racks I did, I just threw stuff into a box, and I'm starting to decorate the packages more because I think it really looks nice, and I think it feels more special. This one, I used another one of those paper bags. I took one of those recollection flowers that were out last year in the pail, and another one from the glass jars, and layered them and added some stickles to the edges of the petals. And then a Recollections butterfly and some Carla 001 trim. And for this one, I just took some tissue paper, some black tulle, a flower that I got in a swap, and added it to the tulle. I thought it looked really pretty. This one, again, black tulle, one of those recollection flowers. Then I took my Tim Holtz die and cut out some paper and added a button to the middle of it. And the Glassine bag, I used some seam binding and my tab punch again with some black cardstock, and the other rosette, and added another button with some floss to the center of it. And I ran the bag through with a Cuddle Bug folder with a Swiss dot. Once again, simple, but you know, I think it just makes it look a lot prettier. This one I took it's a heart-shaped, I don't know if you can see better on the back here, heart-shaped Cuddle Bug folder, and I believe this is a Fiskars one. It's a fairly old one. I took some lace that I got in a swap. It's a longer lace, and this is great for projects like this. And I adhered it to the bag, and then I took my MFT die. This one is called So Nifty Die and Set, and cut out the dress with kind of like a cereal box thickness of chipboard. Added some tulle, some flat back pearls, and then a couple of I Am Roses flowers. Glued it to the bag, and then I took a tag and I inked the edges, and then I stamped it with one of the sentiments from the stamp set, and it says, "You really are so special," and so was spelled S-E-W. And then I attached it with a garment pin and punched a couple of holes in the bag using one of these Fiskars hole punches. and fed the ribbon through. And then to the tag I took a head pin and added a pearl, and then I took one of those mini spools from Maya Road, added some floss to it, and then added her initial bead on a little letter bead. And then added that to it. This one I just took a plain lunch bag, added some red cardstock tab punch, some seam binding, used my edge scissors again to cut the edge of the bag, and then added some of this red My Road tulle trim, and then the beaded flower trim from Carla's store. This bag I took the Swiss dot embossing folder again, ran it through, used some pink cardstock for the tab punch, some white seam binding, and then I made this flower out of cupcake liners. And what you do is you take 2 cupcake liners, fold it in half, and then you cut out however thick you want the flower. So I basically went to the end of the scoring. I cut out this piece and put that aside, and then you just take a running stitch and sew it through here, and give it a tug till it gathers up, and then just kind of fiddle with it, tie off the string and then fiddle with it till you set it apart and get it where you want it. And then I glued that down and added a button with some floss, and I thought this turned out really pretty. And by the way, the Glassine bags I got also from Roxy. She was offering 2 sizes, and I got this size. I think this is like 4x5 or 4x6, but I'm not too sure on that. This bag I used, Bona had done a little tutorial on how to glue the bag. Basically you take the grocery bag, lunch bag, and you cut off the bottom part of it, cut it to 7 inches, and then you basically just kind of fold it over ½ an inch and glue it all down. And I'll put the link down below for her tutorial. It's a really good tutorial. And then it just makes a smaller kind of type gift bag. Punched the little holes in the top again and added some ribbon. This ribbon I actually got from Hallmark store. Really pretty ribbon. Added a doily and a die cut from K & Company, and some of this pretty rosette trim to the bottom. This one, I took one of those brown paper bags from Roxy, some seam binding, the Stampin' Up! Notch tab punch, and black cardstock, some Carla 001 trim at the bottom, and then this really pretty polka dotted rosette trim that I got at, I believe, Hobby Lobby in the summer. And then for this one, I used the circles that were left over from this flower, and I just layered them and cut and glued them together, and then I just cut kind of to almost the center and just kind of fluffed the petals up and added a button. These bags, these long narrow ones I got from an Etsy seller. And if I can figure out the name, I'll put it down below. This one I just took one of those recollection flowers and glued it to the top of the bag and punched out some holes to run the tulle through and just put tulle through it. Great way to use up those big flowers. This one I just took some tulle and tied it up at the top in a bow and added another one of those polka dotted rosette flowers and a little bit of a pearl spray behind there. And then these are just real simple. Took some more of that Hallmark pretty ribbon and added a I Am Rose's flower. And this one, I just took one of those die cuts from the vintage Valentine's die cuts from K & Company, added an eyelet and a little garment pin and tied it to the bow. And so, it doesn't have to be anything extra expensive or spectacular, But if you wrap it up really pretty, it just makes it look all the nicer, and I think, you know, adds a special touch to it. So I'm glad I took the time to do, you know, the special gift wrapping, because I think it looks pretty, and just adds something special to a rack or a swap that you're doing. So hopefully I inspired you a bit with that. Oh, sorry, there was one more thing I wanted to show you. This little treat box I made is going to have something in it, and I'll do a separate video on how I made this, but yeah, so I'll do a video on that though, and I'm putting something in this as well to send to Becky. So thanks everyone for watching. Have a great day, and bye for now.